Then we finish probability and the probability distribution. Okay, then today we move into the correlation and the regression analysis. Yeah. Then first we looking at what is the correlation and what is the regression analysis. Okay. Then here, these are the two different techniques. Okay, then both techniques normally we use to study the relationship between the two or more variables. Okay, then when we need to find out the impact or relationship, okay, then we can use correlation analysis and the regression analysis. Okay. We will discuss one by one. Okay. First, we move into the correlation analysis. Okay. Then correlation analysis means here we identify the strength of the linear relationship. Okay, then here correlation. Okay, then here we identify the linear relationship. Not the, sometimes there is a relationship between the particular two variables, but it is not linear relationship. Understood? Then here correlation analysis we use to find out the linear relationship. Okay, then here we identify what is the strength of the linear relationship. First we identify there is a linear relationship or not. Then we identify what is the strength of it. Okay, අපි බලනවා මුලින්ම රේඛීය සම්බන්ධයක් තියෙනවද නැත්නම් ඒකේ strength එක. Understood? Okay, then this technique we called as correlation analysis. Correlation. Okay, then here we identify the linear relationship. Correlation means the linear relationship. Understood? Then here, normally you know, in economic subject you study price and the quantity demand. Okay, then tell me what kind of relationship is there? Price and the quantity demand. Inverse relationship, no negative. Okay, then here negative or inverse means direction of the linear relationship. Direction positive or negative. Then here we identify the strength of it. Then that negative or inverse relationship is a perfect one, or strong one, or weak one, or moderate one. Understood? Then this kind of things we need to do, then we use the correlation analysis. Understood? Then here we identify the direction and the strength. Okay? Then before moving to the calculation part, then when we need to do the correlation analysis, when we need to identify the linear relationship, okay, then here we can use scatter plot diagram. Okay, then this scatter plot diagram is a visual representation of the correlation. Okay, then visual representation here, scatter plot diagram, it's a diagram chart. Okay, then using the scatter plot diagram, we can roughly get the idea about what kind of linear relationship is there. Understood? Okay, then looking at the first we take the two variables. Here is scatter plot diagram. It's a chart diagram. Normally in the diagram consists two axes. X-axis and the y-axis. Actually, x-axis and y-axis. Okay, then here we can use only two variables. Why only two axes? No? Then normally x-axis represent the independent variable. Y-axis represent the dependent variable. Understood? Then after that we take all the numerical values, then we plot it. Okay, then looking at these scatters, then we can identify what kind of linear relationship is there. Understood? Then this slide shows that one. Then here data set is there. Months, 12 months are there. Then the table represents the advertising expenditure and the number of items sold. Okay, then tell me, then before drawing the scatter plot diagram, first we identify what is the independent and what is the dependent. Okay, then here we find out the linear relationship between two variables. First we identify there are two variables. What is the independent one? What is the dependent one? Here, then tell me, according to this example, variables are advertising and the number of items sold. Okay, then tell me which one is the independent, which one is the dependent. That is it. Advertising expenditure and number of items sold. Tell me which one is the independent, which one is the dependent. Dependent we studied under the chapter number 2. Tell me advertising expenditure is a dependent or independent? Independent. Number of items sold? Dependent. Right? Number of items sold is dependent on the advertising expenditure.
Business economics
Okay, then here advertising expenditure is independent one, item sold is dependent one. Then here x-axis represent advertising, y-axis represent item sold. Okay, then we plot the data. Then first one is when the advertising expenditure is 45, number of items sold 50. Then we put it up. Okay, the next one is 55 to 25. Then here you find out the 55, then put the 25. Understood? Then this is the way we can create the scatter plot diagram. Understood? Then here, when we draw the scatter plot diagram, normally we do not get the straight line on it. Okay, then but here I included the straight line. Okay, for the study purposes, normally when reflection has to draw the scatter plot diagram, no need to draw the straight line on it. Okay, it straight line එකක් අඳින්න නැහැ scatter plot diagram එකේ ඔයාලට මේක අර study කරන්න ඕනේ හින්දා විතරයි insert කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Okay, then looking at the first scatter plot diagram. Then here when we do the correlation analysis, first we identify the direction and the strength. Now you know direction means positive or negative. Okay, then looking at the first one, first scatter plot diagram. Tell me what is the direction, positive or negative? Positive. Okay, then here positive direction is there. Then other thing is we need to find out the strength. It's a perfect one, or strong one, or weak one. Okay. Then here we looking at the dots. Then we have dots now. Plots are there. Then we looking at then all the plots are on the one straight line or not. Understood? අපි බලනවා මේ plots ටික ඔක්කොම එකම straight line එකක් උඩට ගන්න පුළුවන්ද නැද්ද? Then here all the plots are on the one straight line. එකම straight line එකේ තියෙනවා නේද? Then we can say there is a positive relationship, but this positive linear relationship is a perfect one. Okay? Perfect කියන්නේ හොඳටම හොඳයි කියන එකනේ. Same thing in here. Understood? Then first we draw the scatter plot diagram. Then we check all the plots are on the one straight line or not. Okay, then here all the plots we can take only one straight line. Then here we can say there is a strong positive correlation. Understood? Then moving to the then second one, here negative relationship is there. Negative, no decrease in rate is there, negative. But all the plots are on the one straight line. Then we can say it's a perfect negative correlation. Understood? Then looking at this one. What's the direction? Here, what's the direction? Positive or negative? Negative. Okay, decrease in rate is there, it is negative. Then all the plots are on the one straight line? No. But most of the plots are on the one straight line. Okay, then it means it is not the perfect one, but it is a strong one. Understood? වැඩිම plots ගන්නක් එක straight line එකක තියෙනවා. ඔක්කොම negative. It's not the perfect, but it is strong one. Understood? Then we can say there is a strong negative correlation. Understood? It's clear? Then looking at this one. Then first tell me what is the direction? Positive or negative? Negative. Then here, all the plots are not on the one straight line. Most of the plots are not on the one straight line. But least number of plots are on the one straight line. It means it is not the perfect, it is not the strong. Then we can say it is a weak negative correlation. It's a perfect වෙන්නේ නැහැ ඔක්කොම plots ටික එකකට ගන්න බෑ. ගොඩක් ඒවත් එකක් උඩ නැහැ. එකම straight line එකේ නැහැ. Then we cannot say perfect and the strong. Then we can say weak negative correlation. Understood? Okay, then we are perfect, strong, weak. Then another one here, looking at this diagram. This one. Here, you can identify the direction of this relationship. Direction, positive or negative. You can. And here, clearly we cannot identify what is the direction of the relationship. Positive one or negative one. Then it means what? There is no linear relationship. Okay, then we use the two variables. Sometimes then there is a relationship, but it is not the linear relationship. ඒකත් variables දෙක අතර relationship එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි ඒක linear නෑ. Understood? Then here we can say no correlation or we can say no linear relationship. Understood? Then this is the way we can do the visual representation of the correlation analysis. It's a visual representation. Okay? Now, then then here worksheet question number 1. Then using this data set, first you draw the scatter plot diagram. Then you write down what kind of linear relationship is there. Direction and the strength both. Okay? Then hurry up. First you draw the scatter plot diagram. Two axis, x-axis represents the independent one, y-axis represents the dependent. Anything that I give up. And then she gave me. Tell me what kind of linear relationship is there? Positive or negative? Positive, strong one. No? It's not the perfect one. Okay, then you can say there is a strong positive correlation between advertising expenditure and the sales. Write the complete answer. Okay. There is a strong positive correlation, not the relation, okay, correlation between advertising expenditure and the sales. Okay. There is a visual representation. Then we move into the calculation part. Then before doing the correlation analysis, before run the correlation analysis, we need to check 3 assumptions. Okay, we need to check these assumptions are okay or not. Okay, then these assumptions are okay, then we can move into the correlation. Then first we need to check whether x is assumed to be a random variable. X means what? X is what? Independent variable. Then first we need to check whether independent variable is a random or not. Okay. Then second one is both x and y are normally distributed. Okay, then now you know normal distribution. Then here we need to check whether both variables are normally distributed or not. Okay, then normally when we use the statistical software, we have this normality test we can run. Other way, we can take the histogram and we can check the normal or not. Histogram, you know. Okay, then here, using the Excel also, we can take the histogram. Then if we draw the histogram, this kind of histogram we can get, then we can say normally distributed or not. You know, shape of the normal curve. Okay, then histogram is a symmetric one. We can say that particular variable is a normally distributed. Understood? Then we take the two different histogram to the two different variables. First histogram for the independent one, second one is for the dependent one. Okay, otherwise we can use the normality test. Okay. Then third one is the relationship between two variables can be described by the straight line. Okay, then before find out the correlation, okay, then here we find the coefficient values or numerical values. Before that, we need to check whether there is a linear relationship or not. Okay, then how we check there is a linear relationship without run the correlation analysis? Okay. How we can check? Now you study. How? Here we can take this scatter plot diagram, then we can roughly identify if there is a linear relationship or not. Okay, then we check all the three assumptions, all are okay, then we move into the correlation analysis. Okay, then when we do the correlation analysis, one time we can take only two variables. Okay. Then here, we call it coefficient of the correlation. Coefficient means here we take the numerical measurement of the correlation. Okay, then here we take the numerical value to identify the linear relationship. It's clear? අපි මෙතනදී numerical value එකක් ගන්නවා correlation එකේ strength එක direction එක identify කරන්න. It's clear? Then if we have the two quantitative variables, it means independent and dependent both are quantitative, then we can use Pearson product movement coefficient of the correlation. Okay, then if we have the categorical variable, we cannot use this formula. Then we have the separate formula, Spearman's rank correlation. Okay, then in your syllabus, you have to study only the Pearson product movement coefficient of the correlation. Okay, then here we can use this coefficient formula if we have only the quantitative variables. Then nama quantitative නම් විතරයි අපිට මේ formula එක use කරන්න පුළුවන්. Understood? Then when we use the software, then we can identify. It's a before then we decide it's a Pearson product or Spearman. Then here we check whether then the normality assumption is okay, then we use the Pearson. Normality assumption is violated, you move into the Spearman rank correlation. In the statistical test, we divide into two, parametric and the non-parametric. We have a testing mainly parametric and non-parametric. Normality check is okay, then we move into the parametric test. Understood? Okay, normality test again, normality can prove nothing, appear the parametric test. Okay, then here we use the parametric test for the correlation analysis. What? Pearson product movement coefficient of the correlation. Understood? Okay. Then here normally correlation coefficient we denoted by simple R. Okay, then simple R represent the correlation coefficient. Understood? Okay. Then first you note down this formula, it's clear or not? I wrote it. I will write again. So, simple R. is the sigma s. And here square root sign is there. Finish. Yeah. Then this is the interpretation of the correlation coefficient. Then using the formula, we can get the R value. Okay, then the next question is how we interpret the answer. Okay, R is a numerical value. Then normally R value is lies between -1 to +1. Okay, then we can get maximum is +1, minimum is -1. We cannot get the greater than +1 and less than to the -1. Understood? Okay. Then here, if the R value, then we take the positive or negative value. Looking at the sign, we can say direction of the correlation. It's a positive or negative. Okay. Then we looking at the number, numerical value, then we decide the strength of the linear relationship. Okay. Then if the R value is +1, if the R equal +1, then the plus sign represents positive linear relationship. Okay, then 1 is the maximum value. Then we can say there is a perfect positive correlation. Understood? Then there is a positive relationship. It's a perfect one. Why? +1 is the maximum value. Understood? Then if the R value is -1, minus sign represents negative relationship. Okay, then -1 is the minimum value. One is the minimum value in here, then we can say perfect negative correlation. Understood? Then R value is 1. There is a perfect linear relationship. Sign, we can say based on the sign, it's a negative or not positive. Understood? Then other one here, it's not the -1 or +1, but nearest to the -1 or +1. It means 0.98, 0.96, 0.84, 0.79. Okay, then -0.98, -0.88, -0.73. It's not the 1, but nearest to the +1 or -1. Then we can say strong positive or strong negative. Understood? It's not the perfect one, but it's a strong one. It's clear? If the R value is -0.5 or +0.5, then here 1 is the maximum value, half is 0.5. Okay, then we can say moderate positive or moderate negative. There is a moderate linear relationship. It's not the perfect, it's not the strong one, but it is a moderate one. Understood? 0.5. If the R value is 0, it means what? R value 0 means 0. There is no any positive or negative, no plus and the minus sign in here. Then it means no correlation, or we can say 0 correlation, or no linear relationship. Understood? Then sometimes we can get the number nearest to the 0. It means -0.23, -0.43. Okay, or +0.4, +0.38. These are nearest to the 0. Understood? Then we can say it's a weak positive or weak negative. It's clear? Okay, +1, perfect positive, -1, perfect negative. Okay, 0, no correlation. 0.5, +0.5, moderate positive, -0.5, moderate negative. Okay, nearest to the 0, plus value weak positive, minus value weak negative. Understood? Okay, then this is the way we can interpret the value. It's clear? Okay. Now we move into the question number 1. Now you know the formula to find out the correlation coefficient. Okay, then first you copy down it. Then using the given information, then you can find the answer for the part A. Part A says calculate the coefficient of correlation and interpret it. First you take the R value. Based on the R value, you can interpret it. What kind of linear relationship is this? Okay, then all of you then first write down the formula clearly. Okay. First you note down it. Okay. Then here, what is the first term? Sigma xy. It means total. Sigma means summation value. Then here you need to take the multiplication of x and the y. Then take the sum. Okay, each one. Okay. Then here we take 4 into 5, 6 into 8, 8 into 12. Okay. Then this is the way you can multiply it. Then you take the summation. Okay. Then I will give the sigma xy value. What is it? 554. Understood? Then here you can take this. This is the way. 4 into 5, 20. 6 into 8, 48. Here 96, 150 and 204. Then you take the summation, it's equal to 550. Understood? Okay, then here instead of sigma xy, we can write down 554. Sigma xy. Okay. Then what is the value in here? Minus n. N means how many observations are there? Okay. Then according to our question, how many observations are there? Initially, how many? 5. 5 points are there. Observations 5 in the තියෙන්නේ. Then this one says 5 years period. It means n equal 5. Then here instead of n, we can write down 5. Understood? Then into x bar. What's the meaning of the x bar? Tell me, what is the x bar? Average value of the x. Mean of the x values. Mean. Okay, then here, in this one, what is the x? Advertising expenditure. Okay, then you need to find out the mean value of the advertising expenditure. Normally, how we take the mean value? Take the sum divided by how many observations are there. Understood? Then here, sigma x value is given. What is the sigma x value? 40. It means sum of the x column is equal to 4. Okay, then how we take the mean value? 40 divided by 5. Okay, then total of the x value is 40. Then there are 5 years. It means 5 observations are there. Then divided by 5. Yes. Then here in the exam paper also I will give the summary values. Sigma x, what is the sigma y, what is sigma xy, I will give all the values. Then next one is y bar. What is the y bar? Mean value of the y. Then here, what's the sigma y value in here? 60. Then here you can write 60 divided by 5. Then first bracket sigma h square. It means we take all the square values of the x variable, then we take the summation. Then tell me what is the sigma x squared value? Here, sigma x squared is 360. Minus, again n value is there, 5 into x bar square. Here x bar square means 40 divided by 5. Take the square value.
Wow.
I will make a mistake. Put the sigma x square. This is the value. Only sigma x square. Sorry, I will do this. Not 10 value is there. Okay. Then sigma y squared. What is the sigma y squared? 858 minus n is 5 into 5 bar square. It means 60 divided by 5 square. Okay, then there is a square root sign in the denominator. Okay. The square root sign is in the denominator. Okay. Then you simplify it. Is there 0.996? Then based on that, write down the decision. Then here we can say plus value, no, it means positive relationship is there. It's nearest to the plus one. It's a strong one. Then we can say there is a strong positive correlation. It means you write the variable names, advertising expenditure and the sales. Write the complete answer, okay? Then when we do the research, you need to write down the complete conclusion. Sometimes I will give the R value. You need to interpret it, okay? Calculations ennathu mama values ටික දෙනවා interpret කරන්න විතරයි. ඒකද වෙන්නේ. You can take all the values using the software. In practically, normally we will not use the manual calculations. No, you can input, then you insert the data set into the SPSS or any software, then you can take the output. Finish. Then we finish the correlation analysis. Using this technique, only we can identify the strength of the linear relationship. Okay. Then second technique is regression analysis. Okay. Then here, the purpose or objective of the regression analysis, here we derive the equation. It means mathematical model to express the linear relationship between independent and the dependent variable. Understood? මේකෙදි කරන්නේ ඒ variables දෙකක් වූ කිහිපයක් අතර තියෙන relationship එක අපි equation එකකින් පෙන්නනවා. Understood? Here in the regression analysis we can derive the model or equation. That one is express the what kind of linear relationship between the independent and the dependent variable. Okay? Then if we have only one independent and one dependent, we can construct simple linear regression line. Understood? Then if we have only one dependent and more than one independent variables, we can construct multiple regression model. Normally when we are doing the research, we construct the multiple regression model, not the simple one. Then we take price and the quantity, then we can construct simple regression. Okay, then we take the quantity demanded, then we take more than one factors to affect into the quantity demanded. Then here more than one independent variables are there. Here we construct the multiple regression model. Independent එකයි dependent එකයි එක්කෙනා නම් simple එකක්. Dependent එක්කෙනාට independent ගොඩාක් අතර තියෙන එක multiple එකක්. Understood? Normally we cannot construct the multiple regression model manually. Okay, in your syllabus you have to study only the simple regression model. Other thing in here, when we construct the regression model equation, we can find out the value of the dependent variable using the value of independent variable. Okay, then we take the price and quantity demanded. Based on the data set, we assume that if we construct a regression model. If we know the price of the particular product, okay, substitute the price, then we can find out the quantity demanded of the corresponding price. අපි price එක දන්නව නම් කොච්චර quantity demand එකක් එනවද කියලා අර model එකෙන් identify කරන්න පුළුවන්. It's clear? Then here in the regression model also there are two assumptions. First assumption is X values. There is a group of Y values and these Y values are normally distributed. We have X group and the Y group, so then we need to check the normality test. Second one is Y values are independent from each other. Y means dependent variables. Sometimes we can take more than one dependent variables. Okay, then here, sorry, only one dependent variable is there. Then we need to check All the y values are independent from each other. When we take price and the quantity demanded, then here independent one is what? Sorry, y is what? Price and the quantity demanded. What is the y? Y කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? price එකයි quantity demanded එකයි ගත්තා. Y quantity demanded. Then we take quantity demanded data set. We need to check whether all the values are independent or not. It means one influence the other or not. අපි quantity demanded ටික අරගෙන ඒකනේ අපේ y ඒක ඇතුලේ බලනවා ඒක ඇතුලේ මොනවා හරි relationship එකක් තියෙනවද කියලා. එහෙම තියෙන්න බෑ. Understood? Then each value is independent from the other. ඒතර එක value එකක් අනිත් value එකයි වෙනස් වෙනවා. Influence එකක් තියෙන්න බෑ. Understood? Okay. Then we can construct the regression model. Then here we study the simple regression model. Here we use the least square method to construct the regression model. Okay, then this method we call as least square method. Okay, then no need to study this. What is the method? It's an advanced one. Okay, then here I will explain all the things in the slides. If you know what is this method, you can go through it. Understood? Okay, then අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම දැනගන්න ඕනේ මේක go through කරන්න මම ඒක ඔළුවට දාන්නේ නැහැ. Okay, then remember this method we call as least square method. Understood? Using the least square method, we can construct the simple linear regression model. Okay. Then tell me in here, linear equation, linear relationship means we need to take the straight line. Linear relationship එකක් කියන්නේ රේඛීය සම්බන්ධයක්. It means straight line. Then tell me how we draw straight line on the graph wave. Which equation you can use? O-level mathematics, grade 8, 9, 10 level, you draw the straight line on the graph paper, no? Then how we draw the straight line using which equation? Straight line. Straight line එකක් හදන equation එක මොකක්ද? Here no use the A and B, no? දන්නේ නැහැ. Now tell me, have it or not? අහලම නැහැ. මම මගේ එක්සෑම් එක වෙද්දි මම ගන්නවා අහලම නැහැ වගේ තමයි උත්තරය. Okay, then this is the equation for the straight line. Y equal mx plus c. Okay, then same equation we use to construct the regression model, but here we use the different notation. Okay, මේකදී අපි use the notations වෙනස්. Here we do not use the m and the c. Then this is the regression model. Beta naught plus beta 1 is same equation with the different notation. Okay. Then tell me in this equation what is the c? C means what? Intercept. Okay. In our regression model, intercept is beta naught, not c. Understood? Then here m means what? Slope. Okay. Then here slope represents what? Beta 1. Understood? Then this is our simple regression model. Y equal beta naught plus beta 1 is. Understood? Beta naught is intercept, beta 1 is slope. Okay, then we have two formulas to find the beta naught and the beta 1. Okay, then these are the formulas. Now done it. Beta 1 is sigma xy minus x bar y bar divided by sigma x squared n x bar. This is for the beta bar. This is beta node. I have to note down it. How we find the beta node and the beta node. Okay. Then here, another thing is what is the beta node and beta 1 interpretation is the important thing in here. Beta node is intercept. Okay, then normally when we draw the straight line, what is the intercept mean? Because intercept again mean karane straight line ekaka. It's the ultimate example. Then here, beta node. Then the intercept means what is the y value when the x equals 0. Okay. Then here, beta node means same thing. But x is here, independent one, y equal dependent one. Then here, beta node means what? What is the expected value of the dependent variable when the independent variable is equal to the c. Understood? Okay, then here beta node gives what is the expected value of the dependent variable when the independent variable is equal to the c. When we take price and the quantity demanded, then beta node means what is the expected quantity demanded when the price of the product is equal to the C? When the product is free, what is the quantity demand? Understood? Then the beta 1 is slope. Okay, M equals slope. Then here beta 1. It means 1 unit increase by independent variable. What amount change in the dependent variable? Understood? Independent variable x කියන එක එකකින් වැඩි වුණොත් අපේ dependent variable එක කොච්චර ප්‍රමාණයකින් වෙනස් වෙනවා. Then we take price and the quantity demanded. It means when the price is increased by 1 rupee, how many units change in the demand, quantity demand? It's clear. This one we called as beta 1, slope in here. Understood? Okay, beta node is what is the expected value of y when the x equals 0? Beta 1 means 1 unit increase by x. How many units change in the y? It's clear? Okay. Then using the same data set in the question number 1. Then we part B asks construct the regression model of simple regression line. Okay. Then you calculate what is the beta node value and beta 1 in this data set. 1.85. Minus 2.8. Yeah, then the question asks to write down simple regression model. No, this is not the answer. Okay, then this is the formula y equal beta naught plus beta 1 x. Okay, then here instead of y, what is the y in here? 6. Then you write the variable name. Okay, sales equal beta naught is minus 2.8 plus 1.85 into x. Here you can write down advertising expenditure. Okay, then this is the regression model in here. Then you need to interpret these two values, okay? Then how do you interpret the 1.85 beta 1 value? Means when the advertising expenditure is increased by 1 rupee, sales revenue is increased by 1.85 rupee. These are the currency. No? When the advertising expenditure is increased by 1 rupee, sales revenue is increased by 1.85. Then what is the beta naught? How we interpret minus 2.8? It means minus 2.8 is the expected sales when the advertising expenditure is equal to the sale. It means that particular company does not spend any amount to the advertising expenditure, no sales. Sales value cannot be get the negative value. Understood? Then we take the profit, then we can take the loss. Minus value is loss, no? Not the profit. Then here, theoretical definition is minus 2.8 is the expected sales when the advertising expenditure is equal to the sale. Understood? Then practically we cannot say sales value is minus value. It means we do not spend any amount to the advertising expenditure, no sales revenue. That's the meaning in. Understood? Yeah, අපි spend කරේ නැත්නම් sales එක වෙන වගේක් වෙන්න බෑනේ, negative වෙන්න බෑ. කියන්නේ sales නැහැ කියන එකනේ. Understood? Yeah. In the exam also you need to interpret the results, okay? Interpretation is the important thing in the statistic paper. The calculation. Advertising expenditure is increased by 1 rupee. Sales revenue is increased by 1.8. Advertising expenditure එකට රුපියලක් වැඩි කරද්දී sales එක 1.85 rupees වලින් වැඩි. ඒක තමයි okay. Okay. One, then all these things. Still here in the system. And the body campaign as I escape training, but so you can either say here the dictation. See the alpha. I don't know. Show me how to do RC, estimate the sales when advertising expenditure is 15 million. Then you need to identify what is the sales amount when the advertising expenditure is 15 million. Okay, advertising expenditure is $1 million. Sales kochara. How we find out? Now you can use this formula. Okay, then instead of advertising expenditure, we can write down 50. Then here plus 1.85, here minus 2.8. Simplify this one, you can take the expected sales. And then here, using this regression model, we cannot get the actual sales, only predicted value we can get. Oh, 1.85 here. Advertising expenditure it was here spent there again. Imagine the sales revenue to here it is not here. Minus 2.8 expected sales. Independent variable is 0, dependent variable is 2. In advertising expenditure or meeting minus minus 2.8 is the expected sales revenue. Then advertising expenditure is equal to 0. Next. Yes, this answer is clear. The last concept in today. Then this one is we called as coefficient of the determination. Okay. Then coefficient of determination means. In first line explain what is the coefficient of determination. It explains the proportion of the total variability in the independent variable that is accounted for by the regression equation in the independent variable. It means we take this similar example. We have price and the quantity demand. Okay, then two variables. Price is the independent one, quantity demanded is dependent one. Then assume we calculate the coefficient of determination using the price and the quantity demand. It gives a value. This numerical value represents what proportion of quantity demanded is explained by the price. Understood? අපේ demand එකෙන් කොච්චර percentage එකකටද price එකෙන් impact එකක් තියෙන්නේ. Understood? Then normally coefficient of determination value it lies between 0 to plus 1. Here we cannot get the negative value for the coefficient of determination. 0 to plus 1. Normally we take the coefficient of determination as the percentage value. Okay? Then here we assume the coefficient of determination is 0.8. It means 80%. It means 80% of the quantity demanded is explained by the price. Okay? ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ demand එකෙන් 80%ක්ම depend වෙන්නේ මොකක් මතද? price එක මත. Understood? And remaining 20% is there. It means 20% of quantity demanded is explained by the other factors, not the price. 80කට විතරයි impact එක තියෙන්නේ price එකෙන්. ඉතුරු 120 තීරණය වෙන්නේ වෙන factors වල. Understood? Then here we take sales and the advertising expenditure. When we calculate the coefficient of determination, it explains what proportion of the sales revenue is explained by the advertising expenditure. sales revenue එකේ කොච්චර proportion එකක්ද advertising expenditure එක මගින් explain කරන්න. Understood? Then here there is a formula, but no need to use this formula to get the coefficient of determination. Yeah, the easy way we can do it is this one. Coefficient of determination is equal to the square value of the correlation coefficient. Now you know the simple R value. Previous one, simple R value 0.996. This is the coefficient of correlation. Then this value square it. What is your answer? Coefficient of determination. No need to use this formula to get the coefficient of determination. R value එක ගත්තනේ එයාව වර්ග කරන්න තියෙනවා. Understood? Coefficient of determination we denoted by capital R square. It's clear? Then hurry up. Now you have the answer for the R. No? Then calculate the coefficient of determination. Then here the question asks to find out the R square. It's equal to square value of the simple R. Zero 0.992 answer. Then here how we explain it? Then we can convert into the percentage value. How we interpret this result? It means 99.2% of the advertising expenditure, sorry, here sales, no? Dependent on sales, no? 99.2% of the sales revenue is explained by the advertising expenditure. Understood? Okay. Write down the answer. 99.2% of the sales revenue is explained by the advertising expenditure. The remaining 0.8% is explained by the other factors. ඉතුරු වෙන ප්‍රමාණය තීරණය වෙන්නේ වෙන factors මත. Okay. 99.2% of sales revenue is explained by advertising expenditure. Okay. Now you need it, right? After that, we need to do the questions in the worksheet. Calculation and interpretation. Okay. Yes, 7. Big mistake. In a data set, there are only 7 cells. Now, join on the aviation. And it's going for this note. And we will explain this. Please explain. Here, did you identify the regression model? Then say C. 34% to plus 8.8 to 15. Now, place of extreme. And everybody got that. Still vacation. It's your between interpretation. So now same to be okay. If they are valid, 0.9823. Then interpret the result. There is a strong positive correlation between annual sales and the years of experience. Okay, write the complete answer. There is a strong positive correlation between annual sales and the years of experience. Then tell me here what is the independent and what is the dependent. Then part B asks what is the independent one, what is the dependent one. Here independent is years of experience. Dependent variable is annual sales revenue. Then construct the regression model. Here is regression model. Then what is the beta note Galle? 74.72. Beta 1, 8.82. Then you need to write down the complete regression model, okay? Then sales revenue equal 74.72 plus 8.82 into years of experience. Then interpret the answer. 74.72 means what? And the number of years of experience is equal to the 0. Annual sales revenue is 74.72. Then here, all the values are in the data set thousands. No? Then what is the initial annual sales revenue? 74,720. Values are in the thousand rupees. You cannot write down the 74.72. Okay? Then it means newly recruited employee, only he or she can earn per year 74,720. That's the meaning in here. No? Years of experience 0 means newly recruited employee. Years of experience එක විතරයි කියන්නේ අලුතින්ම recruit කරපු කෙනෙක් නේද? එතකොට යාගේ annual sales එක කීයද නේ? 74,720. Okay? Okay, then 0.82 plus 2, how we interpret it? Years of experience is increased by 1 year. Sales is increased by 0.82. 8,820. You put the values in thousands rupees. Okay. Number of years of experience is increased by 1 year. Sales revenue is increased by 8,820. Years of experience. Sales revenue years of experience. Maybe independent years of experience. We can explain scenario. Salesperson. Then what is the coefficient of determination? 96.04%.
Yes, 96.4.
96.4 or 96.4%. Then how we interpret this result? 96.4% of the annual sales is explained by the years of experience. Then other way we can say 94 sorry, 96.4% of the sales revenue is explained by the given regression model. We model explain by here. We use only the years of experience as the independent variable. Understood? Yeah, then if the R squared value is low, then it means your regression model is not good one. Yeah, then we assume R squared value is 20%. Then your regression model is not the good one. Why? We select the independent variable, then we assume here we take R squared value is 20%. It means number of years of experience is not most appropriate factor to impact to the sales level. Again, impact එකක් නම් තියෙන්නේ research එකක් කරනකොට ඒ ඔයා construct කරපු model එක best එකක් නෙමෙයි. Normally the R squared is greater than the 60, 70, it's a good one. Below 50, 40, it's not the good one. Research එක කරන්නේ මෙයාගේ impact එකක් තියෙනවා ඒ වගේ වෙන quantitative type research. Then regression model is not suitable means R squared value is less. It means you selected the independent variables are not the good one. Then තමයි ආලා කරපු research එක value එකක් තියෙනවද නැද්ද කියලා බලන්න. R squared value is lesser, then it's not the good regression model. කියන්නේ ඒකට වඩා තව factors තිබිලා තියෙනවනේ impact එකක් තියෙන. අපි හොයාගෙන තියෙන වැඩක් නැසෙද? Understood? Okay. Now it's okay. And this is the question number 4 in your final exam paper. Okay. Fourth question is from the correlation and regression analysis. If you can get the 20 marks, then theory questions are there. Okay. Then you need to study what is the correlation analysis, what is the regression analysis. Okay. Sometimes I define the correlation and the regression analysis. You need to define what is it. What is the objective of each technique. Then what are the assumptions underlying the correlation analysis? What are the assumptions underlying the regression analysis? Okay. ඒ වගේ questions එක තමයි calculation part එකේ ඉන්නේ. හතරක් හරි පහක් හරි. Then sometimes I will give all the values, you need to interpret the results. Then I will give the scenario. Based on the scenario, I will say this is the correlation coefficient value, this is the regression model. Then the question asks to interpret the correlation coefficient value, then interpret the regression coefficient value. What is the coefficient determination in here? Then you need to take the answers and you need to write the interpretation. The calculation එකක් කරන්න නෑ. දීලා තියෙන output එක interpret කරන්න තියෙනවා. Okay? Then only 2 lessons are remaining, hypothesis and ANOVA. Last week is the last, next week is the last week. Then we will try to do both lessons. Okay? If we cannot do it, then I will take only extra 1 session. Then පුළුවන් කරන් try කරනවා hypothesis ANOVA එකම දාසේ කරන්න බැරි වුණා. ඉතින් අපි එක extra session එකකට යනවා. ඔයාලා past papers කරනවා නම් කරලා answers මට email කරන්න. මම එතකොට mark කරලා feedback දෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක කරන්න ඕනේ මෙහෙම හොඳද? මේක paper එක කියලා answers ටික විතරක් එවන්න එපා. එතන මම paper එක හොය හොය ඉන්න එපා. තේරුණා නේද? මේක scan කරලා PDF එකම ඕනේ නෑ. photos එවුවාම ඇති question paper එකත් එක්කම එවනවා නේද? ඔයගොල්ලෝ full paper එකක් ගන්න නෑ නේ එක දවසක. හිතන්නකෝ අද කරන්නේ මේ question ටික කියලා. එතකොට ඒ question එකේ photo එකක් එක answer එක එවන්න. එතන මට feedback එකක් දෙන්න. email කරන්න. phone number share කරන්න තිබුණා WhatsApp කරන්න කිව්වද ඒක කාටද? ඉවරයක් නෑනේ. ඒ හින්දා email කරන්න නිසා week days වල මම feedback දෙන්න. weekly. ඒකෙන් දැන් අද ඒවල හෙටම feedback එක නම් ඉල්ලන්න එපා. එහෙම කරන්න බෑ. එහෙමනේ students ලා අද work එක නැත්තම් board එකක් එනවා. ඒකෙන් ඔබ ඔයාලා එක්ක දවස් දෙකක් තුනක් ඇතුළත මම feedback එක දෙන්න. ඔක්කොම කරලා issues කියනේම නැහැ. අපිට fast web එකක් discuss කරන්න time එකක් නැති වෙයිනේ. ඒද අර විදියට කරමු. Okay? Then only one quiz we did, no? It's from the summary questions. When you say sorry, today. एक activity. ඒක අඩුයි නේද මාක්ස්? අඩුයි දෙකේ මාක්ස් නැත්නම් මට ගන්න පුළුවන් සේක. එහෙමද? 30 marks නේ අප එක quiz එකක් හරි දෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක මම මේ lessons වලින් දෙන්න. ඒතර next week එකෙන් පස්සේ ඔයාලට තාස් දෙක තුනක් ඇතුළත කරන්න පුළුවන්. quiz එකක් ලොක් වෙලා. මගේ වැඩකාර assignments